Now we would like to continue to look at the data the retailer needs. And very importantly, each retailer has one or more stores. So that is part of the data we need. We've been already working in the POS, and every POS belongs to a certain store. So let's look at the stores. You can find it here in back office, or you could even go to store management, general, and find the stores, or you could look at them here in the search tree. This method is always the same. So let's open store list. The store we've been working with mostly is this one here, S0001, the Kroner Supermarket, Skarpi Go. Remember you saw that name in the supermarket post. So let's open the card behind this store. Each and every store has a number and a name. That's the description. In this course, the aim is not to teach you how to create stores, it's just to let you know about some of the data the store contains. And here, importantly, we have put an address of the store with a phone number and everything. But if you think about it, the LA Central POS does not really use that. But why do we put this information here? Because you remember, we talked about unified commerce. And unified commerce means that you put the data in one place and use it in other places. So yes, in e-commerce, you would like to see where the stores are located. You don't only want to see list of stores, you would also see where they are located, what is their address, and even location on map. So here we put in the address. What about location on map? There are some show more options. Here we put the latitude and longitude for the store, then we know where it's on the map. So that's how simple it is. There are some other options about the store here. We are not worried about it now. What we'd like to know more is retail calendar. So with the retail calendar, you're setting the opening hours. So behind this one is a setup with the opening hours. And again, why do we need to register opening hours in store? Yes, you know it. Again, e-commerce. It's nice if you're looking at e-commerce site for a specific retailer to know that the store opens at 9 o'clock and closes 6 o'clock at night. Maybe it's closed on Sundays. Maybe it's different opening hours on Saturdays, and etc. So that was one reason. Another reason is if you are in hospitality business and you are in pizza delivery or something like that, you don't want people to order from a store that is closed or closing in 5 minutes. So the hospitality POS with the call center and delivery can use the opening hours as well. So there are different operations for this. More things about it. We learned just previously how to put images into retail images. But who uses the retail images? The store does, for example. The store logo, the QR code to direction is a retail image. So where do we find this? We go to Related, and we go to Store. Here's Images. And this store is perhaps different from many other ones. Let's maximize it here. You have a link type image, and you have a link type logo and QR code. So this is the one that image for the logo. And this is exactly the code from Retail Images, remember. And this is the code from QR code. To have it more graphical, it could be nice to select the expand button here, and then we will see the image. So this is the logo, remember, in the top right corner. Here you see the QR code. So what is the last one, the image? That is a storefront. And again, this is something used in e-commerce, so people can view how does a store look when they come into the right street and easily find it. So the store can have 3 types of images. So what is more in a store? Remember, when we do a sale in the POS, we are paying. We are paying with cash, or we are paying with card, or we are paying with currency. We are paying with different tender type options. So here in cash management, per store and tender types, we set the different options that are available for this store. So let's look at the cash one and open it, the card. so we see it in more detail. So each and every tender type has a code number and the description. And here it says may be used. This cash option may be used for this store. This can be very practical to be able to disable it if you like. For example, in COVID times, I know that some cafes and stores, they didn't accept cash anymore, only card payments. So then they could disable cash for that store. And when they are ready to use cash again, they can just enable it. That's how easy it is. We have some other options we would like to look at. Over tender amount, what does that mean? If you're buying something for 55 in amount, is the customer allowed to provide you 100 and you give cash back? That's very normal for cash, yes. But that's not very normal for cards. People always pay exact amount for cards, so that for cards this will be disabled. And it's even if possible to have over tender max amount. How much can you over tender? Is this payment allowed for returns? Yes or no? Of course, usually returns are done with vouchers. And then you have different options. Here you have the rounding, and are you rounding up, down, or to the nearest? Or non-rounding. So there are different things here you can set up per tender.